there. I'm Tweed Scott, and this is the Texan Edge. Hey, before we get into anything else today, I want to pause for just a moment and say thank you. If you're listening to this, you help bring this show to a milestone that I don't take lightly. 100 episodes, 100 days of showing up, reflecting, telling stories, and sharing a Texas way of looking at the world. That doesn't happen by accident, and it doesn't happen without listeners who make the time to be here. So first things first, thank you for that. Today's episode's a little different from our usual format, but it is important. It's about staying connected, and I want to talk with you plainly, calmly, and honestly. No drama, no alarms, just a small change in what it means going forward. Here's the headline. I've decided to step away from Facebook as the primary way I stay in touch with listeners outside the podcast. That's it. That is the change. Now, let me tell you what that doesn't mean. It does not mean that the podcast is ending. It does not mean that the tone and direction of the Texan Edge is changing. And it does not mean that you need to learn something complicated or jump through hoops to keep listening. This show, the stories, the reflections, the Texas history, the encouragement, all that continues just as it always has. Now, what is changing is simply where the porch light is on when it comes time to staying connected between episodes. Over time, I have found that Facebook has become a harder place to reliably reach people. Posts don't always show up. Messages get buried. And for creators, it can quietly pull attention away from the very work that we're trying to do. I reached a point where I had to ask myself a simple question. Is this helping me make a better show or distracting me from it? And the honest answer was, it was becoming a distraction, a big distraction. I want all my energy going into the microphone and into the stories, into the preparation and care that makes the Texan Edge worth your time. So rather than juggling platforms or fighting algorithms, I've chosen something simpler, steadier, and more direct. From here forward, the main way to stay connected with me outside the podcast will be through email, using a platform called Substack. Now, if that word sounds unfamiliar, let me put your mind at ease. Substack is essentially a newsletter. That's it. No constant feed, no scrolling, no pressure to comment or engage. When I post something there, well, it arrives directly in your email box, just like a letter. You can read it when you want, ignore it if you're busy, and unsubscribe anytime with a single click. No hard feelings. If you don't want another app that you have to wield your way through, well, you don't need one. Email works just fine. What I'll share there is simple. Notes about upcoming episodes, reflections that don't always fit into the audio, occasional behind-the-scene thoughts, and clear links to each new episode. Now, think of it as the written companion to the show. If you'd like to join, here's how easy it is. If you just search for The Texan Edge on Substack or search by my name, Tweed Scott, you'll find it quickly. One click and you're in. And again, this is free. No obligation, no pressure. I also want to be very clear about something important. If you choose not to sign up, you're still welcome here. And you can still keep listening just as you always have through your podcast app that you've been picking us up on. Now, this isn't about shrinking the audience. It's about taking better care of the people who are already here. Texas has always valued directness, a handshake, a straight line of communication, an eye-to-eye communication. And this feels more in keeping with that spirit, clear, dependable, and human size. So, that's the update. A small change, a steadier connection. the same voice, same porch, and the same invitation to pull up a chair and stay a while. Hey, I'm grateful you're here. I don't take your time lightly, and I look forward to continuing this journey with you. One story, one day at a time. Thanks for being here and for listening. And as always, we'll see you next time right here on the Texan Edge.